Hey, welcome back, friends and neighbors. How y'all doing today? Your old buddy Brad coming back at you, and yeah, it's been a little bit since I dropped a new video. A lot happened over the course of the last month or two. Anyway, a couple of weeks. I didn't get the vid. Not that one anyway. Took a little fall. Smack on my elbow. See these wires? That's a TENS unit. So if I suddenly have a Frankenstein moment where I kind of, don't worry, I'm okay. It's just things going a little haywire. Had the pads on since last night. I highly recommend a TENS unit for certain applications, certainly for ones like this. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today, folks. As the title of the video might allude to you, we're here to talk about new toy. Yeah. Been kind of waiting on something like this to occur. This was supposed to be a two-tone weapon made by Springfield. They started talking about them, Ronins in 10 mils, in February and January. I still ain't seen one of them critters. So, in the interim, guess what Smith & Wesson came up with? An M&P in 10 mil. The M2.0. And we're going to take it out and put it through a little pace today, just kind of see what it's like. It's a brand new gun, never been shot before. And all the reviews I've seen on YouTube for some of the other guys, lots of pros, maybe a con here and there. We'll find out how I like it and see what I think about it. For all you internet gun safety nuts, yeah, it's empty. Okay. Just a few features on this. The 4.6 inch barrel. Every little bit helps in length, right? I mean, size does count. Especially on 10 mil, you want to get as much velocity as you possibly can. You want to have plenty of weight forward. This is, or can be, a heavy recoiling cartridge, depending on the loading that you get. A lot of your range loads that you can find, if you can find them, yeah, they're pretty docile, you know. High 11s, low to mid 12s. 10 mil auto cartridge capable of being pushed at 1450 with blue dot or accurate arm 7 or 9. It's finding the blue dot that's hard. It's one of the best powders for it. Comes with 2 magazines, 15 shot magazines, real nice, good, slick followers, well made. You can tell in a quick instant with that yellow follower. You got something other than your normal stuff. Ain't nothing black about that. Rear of the slide is already cut, milled, and ready for what they call the core plate system for mounting optics. This weapon comes with, depending on which one you get, 6, 7 different mounting plates that allow you to put on a multiple of optics. I mean, I'm running a Vortex Venom on here. Third plate I tried is like, okay, that's the one I need. Mounted that puppy on there. There she goes. It's pretty nice. You'll also notice the sights, kind of tall. What back in the day we used to call snagomatics. Well, yeah, maybe they will, but in the right holster, you probably won't even know they're there. They're designed, you called these, for their purpose, suppressor height sights. And with a suppressor, yes, you'd need that. They also state that these height sights are capable of co-witnessing through your red dot optics. Now, I would submit that if you're in the fray, in a fight for your life, and your red dot goes to shit, you're probably point shooting at that time anyway, and you're not really concerned with, can I get a good accurate bead to bead shot? But be that as it may, that's what they say it's for. Now, with this Vortex Venom sitting on its mounting plate, mounted properly where it needs to be, I showed you this weapon's empty, so don't freak out when I point it at you. When I line those sights up where I take that front sight and put the bead, the white dot on the front sight directly between the beads on the rear sight, I can just barely see the top of my front sight. So I could get a perfect sight picture for the top of my sights, but that's all I'm going to see is the top of that front sight sitting level with the top of that rear sight. And those beads, those white dots, they don't help at all at that point. But that's okay, because I never really use those dots. I always just go with the even sight picture for the front sight level with the back sight. I don't care if there's dots or lights or anything else. So it appears, you know, that minimally on this optic anyway. There may be other optics on the market who have a different profile, and when they're sitting on their plate, yeah, you can see clearly all that fine. But I'm not too worried about it. I put the optic on here just so you can see it mounted, and I'm going to shoot it with it on there and get it sighted and set for this weapon. Then I'm going to take it off and make sure that the iron sights, if they need adjustment, can be adjusted. But I think it's going to be a fun little gun. I say little gun, that's kind of a misnomer. I'll show you a picture here of this gun in comparison to two other full-sized semi-automatic handguns that I carry. On the bottom of the stack is a Beretta M9. It's full size. In the center of the stack is my full-size Kimber Custom 2 in 38 Super. It's a full-size government model. On the top is this weapon here, and you can see that it runs, measured from how you would hold here, from this point to the muzzle, about just a little over half an inch shorter than the other two full-size pistols. So this being the 4.6, I don't know why they didn't just go ahead and make it a 5-inch barrel. A 4-inch, I understand, and they have one. You can get the 4-inch. You can also get one that has a thumb safety, just like a government model, in the same place that a government model has. This one does not have the thumb safety. I didn't stand around and make a conscious decision about that. There were two of these weapons in the central portion of Oklahoma where I live, and they both did not have a thumb safety. They were both the same gun, both the same length. I said, give me one. Okay? It is available as an option if you want one. Like I said, the magazines, real nice. Stainless steel, 15 rounds, good strong springs. I like them. Serrations on the slide, you get in there. They're deep enough. You're not slicking past them. They go real good. Got your full-length guide rod, of course. This weapon in disassembly and takedown, pretty simple, and it's reminiscent of the system that Ruger used in its P89s and 90s and 94s. If you're familiar with that system, it was a system whereby once you had the weapon unloaded and the magazine out, to disassemble it, you had a lever or a bar plate inside that you pushed, that was hinged on the rear, and you pushed it down into the magazine well / port ability. Then you swung your lever, and try not to let your 10s unit hit you in the spine. Damn, that was woo hoo hoo. You know, I might just leave that in. I'll bet that's funny as hell. You need a laugh? There's your laugh. Oh my God. Okay. Whew. Let's turn that puppy down a little bit. I put that in the outtakes, but that's just too damn funny. I'm going to leave it in. I did not do that on purpose. Anyway, let's go back to that point. Yeah, anyway, you've got it. Your lever's down. It comes apart. Do your thing. Just like most of your two-piece units, like your Beretta does, and just lift your spring out, lift your barrel out, and there you go. And reassembly, basically the same thing in reverse. Put it on, lock it in, twist your lever, and if you want to, you can run your finger in there and lift it up. If you're nervous about doing that, just take a magazine and place it. That lever is back where it needs to be. You reckon the fight. All right. On the trigger. Now, I will admit, I kind of waffled for a few days thinking, do I really want to get one? Because I've never been a huge fan of Smith & Wesson MP pistols or shields or anything. I've never, when they first came out, the 1.0s or whatever they called them, they had a trigger that to me was nastier than a trigger on a high point. I didn't like them. They were crunchy. They were mushy. They didn't have a good reset. I just didn't like them. So I thought, had a little reservations about that. Well, I went back in to look at them. I said, drag that puppy out and let me feel that trigger. And this trigger, unlike the old style curved triggers with the center nub, this is what they call their flat. Now, it does have a small bit of curve at the top, but for all intents and purposes, you notice I used that correctly and said it the right way for you grammar Nazis. For all intents and purposes, it is for the most part flat. And it does give you a much better tactile mating from your finger whirl to the trigger. It also, I was really surprised how crisp this trigger is. And I was also surprised at the tactile response when you go for the reset. A lot of times you just never could tell where it was at and it was way the hell out there. But this one is audible and it is tactile. You can feel it. And it's not that very far away. And it's just as crisp. Again, there's no crunch. There's no ratchet. There's no mush. It's just wall, snap. And that is a damn good trigger. And that was the main thing that made me say, okay, let's go up there and do that 4473 and get this show on the road, because yeah, I'm willing to try. We're going to do a little bit out at the range, and we're going to find out. Also, you look at one close up, you'll notice there's some writing right here like they love to do. The gun lawyers, oh, we got to write this on the gun. Okay. This weapon will fire without a magazine in it. It has no magazine disconnector. It is a real gun. The grip surface on this is aggressive. It's not lines and cuts. It's stippling, raised surface stippling, just like you took a piece of coarse skateboard tape and wrapped that grip. And I've done that on heavy recoiling pistols. I haven't had a chance to determine if it stays in the hand well. We're going to find out. The rear grip panel, interchangeable. There's 4 of them. Small, medium, large, and holy shit, that guy's got huge hands. Really easy to interchange out, and you're back on the road. And they're just as aggressive on their stippling as the rest of the handwell is. Got a good pronounced safety release button. It's not hidden down there somewhere where you got to look for it. And when you let her go, she goes. She don't stick around in there. They get out with no reservation whatsoever. So I think that's going to be a fun little piece. And now I'm going to be firing basically 2 types of ammunition today, because it's hard to find 3 in one spot unless you're in my closet. Some 180 grain S&B. We're going to use that just to do the general sight in. I'm sure that ammunition's probably running somewhere around 1190, maybe 1200. Probably going to have a fairly mild recoil, I hope. Probably going to be pretty nice to shoot. Also going to shoot some 135 grain defensive loads, core bonds. And you know they always like to make a flying ashtray out of everything. So yeah, those might kick up a little bit. I was also lucky enough to go by Academy and pick up a couple boxes of some Hornady XTP defense balls, and I'll get them loaded up for some of my everyday carry on this if I choose to do that. Well, anyway, that's the main points of this weapon. I'm not going to go heavily into tech specs or anything like that on barrel twist rate. 1 in 10, just in case you're wondering. Does have rail for your light or your accessories, whatever you want, big old rubber, whatever you want to put on there. It's got a cover plate when you don't have an optics on it. Covers that up right nice, keeps it clean. Ejection port's real nice. Got a loaded chamber indicator port right there. Pretty handy. And without further ado, I think let's go ahead and load this puppy up, grab some ammo, and stop by the sandwich place, get a little breakfast, and we'll go out and see what this puppy will do. Be back at you in a short. Stick around. It's gonna get loud. Hey, welcome back, folks. Welcome back out to the range. We out here in the beautiful sunshiny day of central Oklahoma. Once again, on our private range. Ain't no public about this, so don't freak out about seeing portions of road. This is our road. Back out here at the range with the Smith & Wesson M&P M2.0 10 millimeter, and I've got that Vortex Venom sight mounted on it, and we're going to do a little sight-in work with this while we're doing the initial how does it shoot portion. Might as well do all that at once, because 10 mil ammo, it's yeah, you don't want to burn a lot of it if you don't have to. But we're going to jump right now some S&B range ammo, some 180 grain. Probably not a very hot load. We're just going to use it to kind of get everything kind of dialed in. We're shooting at 25 yards at a shoot and see target, or splatter shot, whatever they call those. So without further ado, we're going to get into that. Like I said, we're going to run a magazine of that, or as many rounds as necessary to get that piece sighted in. Then we're going to turn around and just start doing a mag dump or two and see how she runs combat style. Got a little hanger plate down there for steel, so this ought to be pretty fun. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, let's see if that red dot's anywhere close. It ought to be. I can tell from here at 25 yards, that's going to be pretty damn satisfactory to me, I'll bet. Let's check it out. Oh, hell yeah. Once I kind of tuned into that trigger, I don't think I have any issues. Alrighty, well, that's what I like to see when I sight a red dot in. Go gadget, yay. Let's see what's next on the agenda, shall we? Welcome back, folks, and looks like we got that red dot sighted in quite nicely, quite quickly, and that's what I like to see.
Okay, so without further ado, go ahead and throw in some hardball and start ringing a plate and see if we can make this puppy sing a little bit. What do you say? I'm ready. How about you? Let's do it. We're just going to do this kind of combat style. And always remember, when you're shooting paper, yeah, safety glasses may or may not be an issue. But when you're ringing steel, especially at 25 yards, it's a real good idea to have that eye pro on. It's a damn good idea to have it on. All right, let's see how she does. What do you say? Truncated cones always do that on full mag. I think it likes it. Is this the ammo? Is it just shit ammo? That's weird. Let's try that again. I'm just shooting the corners now. Alright, let's go ahead and run a little in there. See how she's acting for us. See if we can have a little fun. I like it. I like it. Yay, yay. Let's talk about that. I think it'd be a good time to throw some hot-ass defensive ammo in there and see how that runs. What do you say? All right, let's run these puppies out just defensive, semi-automotive barricade style. What do you say? Got some 135 grain core bonds. Woo! Think you can be a little louder. Let's find out. I can sure feel the difference, but they're not bad at all. Happiness is a hot-ass 10 mil. All right, a little bit of after-action report coming at you. We'll be right back. Yep, I'm thinking I'm gonna like it. It's a really fun little gun, y'all. Got 150 rounds through it today, on and off camera. Got 100 rounds through it just on the steel and on the target, on some other stuff. I had a Glock 20 that didn't shoot this well years ago, and I'm really liking this. I might have to get just a little bit used to the trigger. It's coming in at a heavy 5, damn near 6. I'd get a little used to. You know, all the other guns I shoot are hair triggers, and you're not going to have one of these on this, but, you know, it's not made for hair trigger action. But got that red dot sighted in pretty quick, and it's staying accurate. And even with this European S&B, I won't try to pronounce her name, it did a pretty good job. And when I threw in the defensive 135 core bonds, you could definitely see, hear, and feel the difference in recoil and report. But it was not unpleasant to shoot at all. It was fun. It was fun, and it made some damn big holes down there in that metal. And just shooting combat style, just, you know, there's a bad guy hiding behind that blue box. And I'll take a picture of it and show you what I mean. Whew, I wouldn't have wanted to be the bad guy, because damn. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think it's going to be in my safe for quite a while. It's going to be a part of the permanent repertoire, and I just got to do some loading for it when I get some free time, so I got plenty of fodder to feed it. But anyway, the Smith & Wesson M&P M2.0 10mm auto in 4.6, and I'm telling you what, I will admit, I've never been a huge fan of Smith & Wesson MP pistols or shields or anything else. I always hated the triggers. But this one is a trigger that absolutely blew my mind. For crisp, clean operation every time. And the reset is great. So I got really nothing bad I can say about it, really. I mean, somebody could probably nitpick it if they wanted to, but it's all personal preference stuff after that. So I'm glad you folks stopped by. I hope you had a little fun hanging out with me and making a little noise and shooting the big bad 10mm auto. And I'm going to pack all this stuff and go home, start working on this video, get it ready to show it to y'all and share it out. So y'all have a great night, great day. Thanks for stopping in to see me. Remember, I love you guys. Stay safe. Take care of one another. Maybe we'll learn how to operate in the new normal. I don't know if I will, without being aggravated every day, but I'm glad you stopped in. Y'all have a great day. See you later. Bye.